Alright, welcome back. We got Legion versus 4 Loki, war number 12, last war of the season. I got the same team, Cap, Wags, and Professor X, and I got Sassy, Section 5, first node. Drop a Wags, and it's Sassy. So, build to an SB3, and I'm class boosted, and he's gonna die. So, I assume I'll be doing more damage just because the Fury's up. This is a rank 4. I believe it was rank 4 at least. And same thing. Just push him to an SP3, get to 100 charges, dex that. I don't want to get stunned like last time. And we're at a pretty good pace. Here I wanted to push him. And there we go. Got the heavy. And perfect. Heavy charge. And I'm just going to cycle through here. He's gonna die off of this. I don't pop out into a special 2 or anything. So off to a good start, and a little I do get to fight Fury on the exact same node where I died last war. I thought a lot about that death and what to do, and I just fought so scared. And this war you're gonna see me take a different approach. Now this fight I overlooked. I smoked Jabari here so many times. It's just ridiculous with Wags. I don't even use the Wags, I just use the cleanse. But where I mess up actually is I lose track of her cleanse cooldown. So here I'm doing fine, and there I'm like, okay, it didn't go on cooldown, and I thought it did. So now I'm in the corner and I'm like, oh great. So I'm like, okay, I intercept to push her away. Now I'm like, beat her block to push her back, and just push her back at this point. I'm like, I don't even want to deal with being in that corner with her, because then it's all bad. I am bleed immune, which helps me tremendously stay alive, and I am so grateful for that, because I just ate all of that. And here again, I ate another heavy, and I'm like, man, at this point I'm like, I'm not dying to Jabari on this node. I died last war. I am not doing that. And I see people dex that, but it lowers your chance to dex. So I'm like, so here I'm like, okay, push her back, even with the special. She throws this, I block it. I'm like, okay, so now I'm like, great, I need to get an intercept. I do, and she dies. I clutched that out, so thank God. And now I got Killmonger. I think this is on the this is still path 5, but it's not intercept. It is intercept. Okay, it's the first node off of intercept. So all I'm gonna do is heavy counter the special 1, and parry heavy, and it's pretty straightforward. Oh, he popped out. I get so used to using the Wag sometimes that I hold heavy too long because of the 2-second Wags. So here I'm like, all right, clear the indestructible charges and go back to heavy, and I'm at an SP3. I need to get to his intercept, and of course he doesn't bait. So I'm like, all right. So 1, 2, 3, dash back, and I get it. Boom. And this time I'm just going to heavy charge, and we're off and running. I do fight another scroll as well on the vigilance node, so we got a few, and then I end with America Chavez. So I hate that. I hate that hoe. She always does some crazy stuff, so you never know what you can get with her. But Killmonger's dead here. I got Mojo up next, and again, his power gain is just something that's so annoying with his prompts. Here I get a quick intercept, and so I go to heavy. Nice little 20k heavy there, and I'm like, all right, bait this SP1. This is where I want to leave him at. I'll take this into the block and then dex out of it, and he's playing ball, throwing his specials. I'm like, cool, but you see how he gets that power gain off of getting that? It's just so annoying. I'm like, okay, throw this, 1, 2, 3, intercept, and I get it, perfect, and I throw it, and he's dead. That was a smooth Mojo fight right there. Now the rematch. Alright. Plan here is to not fight scared, and intercept and do damage and kill the first life, and then throw my special 3 like I should have done last war. So I'm not going to worry about building my charges. I'm going to worry about intercepting. Right there, I get one, not even with my falter up to protect me. I'm going to parry, though, to remove some of his tactical charges and ramp. So that was the actual plan. To intercept and then parry to remove his charges. And see there, I get intercept and the Fury's up. I'm like, alright, cool. Things are going good. And do some damage. Alright, dex this. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he doesn't bite. So I'm like, alright. He's at 7 tactical charges, so my Vulture won't protect me. 2, 3, but I'm still going to backtrap. And I catch that block, thank God. And boom, I get intercept. Alright. So here I'm like, he's at 44%, a minute 15. Much better than the last fight because I was intercepting. And he throws this. Boom. And I want to parry. And I'm going to parry again. Again, just to let the timer of the tactical charges get the intercept. And I'm doing good right here. I'm almost at 2 minutes, and he is now dead. And now he's degenning. So I am going to get an intercept. I'm going to bait this heavy. He doesn't do it. Alright, perfect. 1, 2, 3, and I get it. And I'm not even messing with this point. Now, that's how I should have done the last fight. And it was my first death of the season. So it really kind of stings, knowing that I could have just played it better. And when you fight scared, you're fighting to die. So think of a plan and stick to it and try to follow it. Things don't always go the way it's planned. Obviously, Jabari if I didn't. So it gets rough, but you just got to adjust. Now we got Scroll on Vigilance here, but this one's not dupe, so I don't have to worry about the power gain. I'm still going to PS1. And I was hoping to get the same kind of luck with the armor ups. But as the fight goes on, you start to see that that's not actually happening. So he's got 2 armor ups here. I'm at 2 bars and almost at 100 charges, but without the power gain, he's less scary here. So I'm at 100 charges now. Now I'm like, okay, can I wait this out? Like, that's what I'm really wondering, because I can't hit into his block, and I don't have a wags, so I don't have a longer stun. So there I heavied him to get him away from me, and I'm like, okay. Now he gets 6, 3 fall off, he has 3 more, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just not doing this. Let's see what he does at this point. What kind of damage I do with 3 armor ups, if it really mitigates it max boosted. And I thought it lagged right there and got stuck. I get an SP3, so I'm like, alright, that works. And I'm thinking, like, okay, if it kicks me out for whatever reason, the SP2 will do a ton of damage. But I get an SP3, SP3, and again, it takes a bunch because of his armor ups to mitigate some of the actual damage that I'm doing. But it ends up killing him just the same, so it's good to know that X can take this. And next up, we have America Chavez on Conflictor, and obviously with the Wags, and I got Captain America. I actually did not use Captain America's, so he's max Sig. I didn't use his synergy or his Sig ability at all. I didn't bring any champions that would give him any debuffs, and it allowed me to take Conflictor all season. So, yeah, here I got an indestructible boost off that SB2 if she throws it at the wrong time. And I'm just going to alternate combos. So heavy, boom, 14k heavy there, 1, 2, 3. And of course she throws right into a heavy, right? So negative zone's up. And I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted. And then I lose my indestructible, and I'm like, great. Last fight of the season. And this hoe is going to do this to me. And now she got prowess puncture. And I'm like, okay, well, it's alright. Just play the note, just back her up a little bit, and boom, she throws it. Now no more negative zone, and I throw that SB2, and it didn't really crit. So now I'm in the corner, and she throws some heavies, and I'm like, great. And I'm like, luckily she throws that SB1, 1 hit, she throws another special, and I'm like, alright girl, you're working with me now. You're working with me. So I need her to throw this special, and I'm also building kinetic charges here, so boom, she throws it. Great. That But stand your ground. Resist. And she's dead.